Good morning. Here's another day of tips for you guys. Tire repair. So I'm a end dumper. We go in and out of the landfill all the time, and at the landfill you can pick up some nasty stuff. So today I must have backed in on my first load, ran over a screw, and when I got back to the load site, I got loaded up, and then while I was tarping my load, I heard a hissing. Went over, saw this screw, maybe a sheet metal screw, something like that, and sticking in the tire. It was leaking out, a little bit, so kind of figured I'll get to the dump and, just pop a plug in it if it's getting any worse. Well, I get over there to the landfill, go to put a plug in. After I take the screw out, go to put a plug in, and, well, the screw did not puncture the metal wire in the tire. I'm not able to go and plug it. So thought, all right, well, I'm gonna have to go back to the yard and do a repair. Now, normally for something like this, somebody might take a drill bit, I guess, drill it out, put a plug in, pull the tire off, patch it. I mean, you're gonna be down for a while. But I found this stuff right here, Monster Seal. Monster Seal is like a tire slime, except it's got more fibers in it, and it can stand this 110, 120 PSI pressures that we put our tires under, and it won't blow the slime out. Like, I'm sure a lot of people have tried just putting slime in a tire and there it goes right out. This stuff, I mean, I've had great success. I get in these 5-gallon containers, and I'll just kind of go through and show you guys how I use it. All right, so here's my step-by-step. Step 1, get all the air out of the tire. Step 2, break the bead. All right, now they go and have this nice little pump system, and so after you get that bead broken, you just put this hose right inside and start pumping. This pump delivers 10 ounces of material per stroke. And I usually do, depending on the life of the tire, I'll do 3 to 4 pumps. About 3.5 on that one. All right. So, just to show you guys what this material looks like, I'll pump some out. It's a white tire slime, but what you can't really tell is all like the fibers that are really in here. I mean, you see how sticky and nasty that is. So here's the final step of the process. Well, of course I got my tire marked where it was leaking. I'll go and clock that at 6 and I'll fill my tire back up. And it is literally that easy. You go out, you run it, and then sometimes you gotta get your bead blaster out and do that. And this material also helps if maybe you have a damaged bead and the tire doesn't want to hold air around the bead. You can put a little bit of this material right where that bead is, and it seals it right up. So I'll get this thing aired up and I'll show you guys the progress. So I'm just getting this thing started. It really doesn't have much air in it, but I wanted to flip it around and see that this stuff is pouring out of that hole in the tire. And when it's at 12 o'clock, none of the material is covering the inside of the tire. So I'll spit it back down the other way and we'll check in once I got this thing fully aired up. All right, so I got this thing aired up just to show everybody. 110. And this is a Milton air gauge, so roll it back around and there's my mark there. You can see where it's all oozed. And the only air hissing is coming from my brake valve because that thing's a little leaky. But, you know, this, wipe it off, you can see it just, I mean, I'm pushing down in there pretty well. That thing's sealed back up. Monster seal. I'll link it over. You can go to them. There's a dealer out of Fresno, California. Never Lift Pumping Systems, something like that. Good guy to deal with, and you can get the material from him. Just get a 5-gallon bucket. You know, if I know this isn't for everybody. Really, I like to use this for repairs. I don't put it in when I first mount up a new tire. I'll put it in once it starts leaking. And I mean, I've gone and, don't tell the manufacturer this, it might hurt sales, but if I have a tire that I put it in, like this tire here, if I go and cut the sidewall, and in the next week or so, I mean, even the next month, when I dismount it and that material's still good, I'll scoop it out, dump it in the next tire when I'm mounting it up. You know, might as well. It doesn't harden. You know, it stays pretty liquid. The stuff, I know, you know, people might think, hey, it's a snake oil, but you know, sometimes the snake oils work, and I really was doubtful of this stuff, and I use it all the time. You know, going in and out of the landfill, we haul a lot of shredded tires, and those things have these little wires, and it's just needles. I mean, you start getting a bunch of those punctures. Are you going to plug every one of them? Are you going to patch them all from the inside, or are you just going to go and do this? I mean, I think that I probably spent $40 worth of material right there to seal up this tire, and this tire here is not going to leak again for the rest of its life. And I mean, there's some tires I've used this stuff on that I've dismounted, and I go to run my hand around the inside, and there's 15 nails, screws, all sorts of stuff, and it was at 120 psi when I dismounted it. Give it a try if you're in the right line of work. You know, maybe if you're local to the Fresno area, I'm up here, Stockton, Lodi. Get a hold of Never Lift Pump System. Maybe, you know, if you got big enough of a fleet, maybe he's willing to come out and do a demo for you. But for tire repairs, it's the fastest, easiest way to do it, and it'll save you money in the long run, because it's going to keep on repairing as long as, you know, the material's still spinning in there. So like that one tire I had all those punctures in, I mean, how much downtime would I have had trying to patch each one of those? I just filled it up with Monster Seal once and never had to stop again. So also, you got to think about it with labor prices nowadays. When you're patching a tire, I mean, are you gonna really spend what, 50, 80 bucks on labor and material and downtime of the truck and trailer just to patch a tire? Or you want to spend a little bit less, just break the seal, pump the stuff in there, spin it around, and go. Have a good one. Oh, please like, subscribe, you know, try to do more of these videos as I do different repairs of my own.